I'm just gonna be straight up and honest tonight. I'm so done with pretending. I'm so done with putting on a fucking act. The minute I hit that record button on my phone, on my camera, I think I overthink shit. How I am, how to speak to a camera. But I can't fake it no more. I've had such a fucking bad time mentally. I've just finished an Andy's Man Club session. I go every Monday from 7 till 9. And it feels good to be around people in the same boat, just ranting about shit, getting shit off my chest. And because for so long now, I've needed an outlet, I've needed to vent. So many times I feel suicidal, and to be quite honest, I still feel that way. I still feel that way, that I'm not that far away from doing something. I feel like I'm on the edge every day. I feel as though I can't fucking get the words out. Inadequate. I feel like I am inadequate to society. I don't fit. I don't. Timelines and when you're supposed to be getting on with stuff and getting to a certain milestone in your life. I haven't even fucking. I haven't even got the license yet. And there's so many things in society that you're supposed to be a certain age to achieve, and you were supposed to achieve this by a certain. It's a load of shit. But I feel like I've got more tools now. I've got more knowledge to get my life sorted. I feel like I'm in the best part, to a degree, of my life in terms of just the maturity. I mean, there's one thing I do well. There's one thing I do well in my life, and I am quite good with restricting myself in terms of diet. I don't really go out and eat shit. I don't really eat much refined sugar or wagon wheels or chocolate, and I'm very good with just eating enough, drinking plenty of water, just looking after my health, working out, running. That's what I do well. And I know there's a lot of people out there who just can't. They can't go without something. They can't go without alcohol or cake or anything. So I do credit myself with that. I do credit myself with that. But it's a lot of other things. I don't mix well in society. I fucking hate. I dread going into public. My local town centre, kids, just people in general, looking at you like this. You're supposed to be doing something. You're supposed to be like you owe them something. I don't owe anybody shit. Just to be clear, I don't owe anybody anything. I don't like feeling like I have to constantly be on guard. Like I'm meant to protect my sanity and my headspace and just my state of mind. I feel like I'm always protecting myself. I always have to put on an act when I'm out in public. There's so many people who are, it's like they're scanning you. It's like they're trying to look in, they're trying to find out what makes you tick, they're so inquisitive. And there's one thing I hate about just going out in public is other people. I don't know anybody. I don't want to know anybody. I want to just be able to go out and just be myself and do me. Just get on with my business. I don't necessarily like other people, and I don't like other people looking at me. I don't like people in general. I like being on my own. I like being in a safe, comfortable space where everybody's at a great far distance from me. And I like being around familiar people. I like being around my friends who I've known for a while. I like being around my family. I don't like this kind of life where everybody has to go out and be around people they don't know and tolerate other people. All other people to me really are just added on stress and inconvenience. I find other people a massive inconvenience to my life. So many negative energy trainers, so many people who want to know what you're getting up to. If it's my family or friends, fair enough, but sometimes I even draw my limits to the people I do know. I simply just cannot cope anymore. I can't cope with life. I can't. Everything is just getting on top of me. I'm in my head too much. I never know what to say. It's like I'm there, but mentally I'm not. Physically, I feel like when I'm speaking to somebody else, I feel like I'm mentally miles away. I'll forget shit. Just the way I feel right now is I'm very much. Sometimes I just lose track of like just basic shit what people tell me, and I'm inside my own head 24/7. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I put on this good front and I put on this good act to say I'm okay, but I'm not. I'm not okay. I'm just. I feel like I've just got to be this fucking tough, just little warrior, and I feel like I've got to have this warrior mentality and act that I've got to be the strong one. I don't know how much I can cope though. I don't know how much I can cope. Because I do want to commit suicide right now. I do just want to go. I want to just jump off a bridge. Or jump off a fucking roof or whatever. I don't know what's holding me back from doing this. For a while now, I look back in my life and there's always been points where I've just felt low. I've just felt like I can never relate to anybody else. I remember back in college when I would be making these videos, and there was even a time when I recorded myself when I was at this adventure park and I just ranted to the camera. I don't know why I did, but I just did. And then people cottoned on to what I was doing and so inquisitive about me recording myself. Like, I am nobody's business. I don't expect anybody to really care. I don't, and it's like I put up these walls and I put up these barriers around me because I don't want anybody to come in. I don't want anyone in my safe space. I just want everybody at a distance, and I'll go through life at speaking to everybody with caution and with my guard up, and not letting and just leaving out certain topics and things to discuss, because I feel as though, okay, I will speak to other people, but there's got to be a limit, and I just can't. I'm not like everybody else. There's a certain way about me where, and I felt like I've always somewhat been this way, where humour, and everybody likes to have a joke, but so many people like to have a joke at other people's expense, and it's like, oh, we'll just play along with it, it's just, Oh, I'm just having a laugh, mate. I'm just having banter. But it's not fucking banter, though, is it? You're having a laugh at my expense, and you just expect me to just fucking sit there and take it. Like, fuck off. Like, seriously, fuck off. You know, I feel like I'm in this vacuum. I feel like I'm in outer space where I'm just screaming and internally I'm so livid about a lot of shit. I feel like I'm very sensitized to everything, like very sensitive to how life is. Just I've always felt like I'm an empath. I know how people are feeling, and I can relate to a lot of how, you know, when in my AMC and these man club sessions, sometimes I can actually I can relate to how someone is feeling, because it's like I'm there, and we're all just speaking about shit that we want to get off our chest. And there are some topics that people talk about that you just know, you know what we're talking about because you've been there. You've been that person. And there was somebody today who I speak to now outside of AMC where it's like he's being undermined, and you know, it's just like the boy who cries wolf, and nobody really gives a fuck. They see him as his past self. They don't see him as his present self. They just have to bring up the fucking past. And they're like, well, you used to do this. Yeah, but it doesn't matter what you used to do. And even some people in my family, I won't say, I mean, all I can say is that I've had certain, you know, just people, like, particularly family members who will say, well, you used to be like this. Oh, you never used to like this. Well, I know I never used to like this, but I do like it now. People change. I don't like this idea that nobody will allow you to change and just be somebody away from your former self. It's like you've got to play the role now. You've got to play this character. Who the fuck says I have to play a character? Like, I am me. I'm myself. I don't give a fuck if it's taken me this long to come out of my shell a bit and be a bit different. You know, when you're younger and you're a twin, you're basically kind of seen as the same person. You know, it's like you're just a different model, you know, or you're the same model but you're just slightly different or whatever. But you're normally seen as the same, with just different looks. But then it gets to a stage where you get older and you start dressing differently, and you have different characteristics and differences, and you know. But at the very beginning, you normally dress the same, and you know. But it's only until you get older you start to just get to know yourself a bit more. Everybody's entitled to change and have people understand them as a different person, and not bring the past self, the past into the present. Everybody's entitled to change who they are. You know, to go through a fucking transition, a rebrand. You know, everybody. You know, sometimes I just don't know. I don't even know what to say. You know, I might seem like I'm confident talking just now, but it's very much out of my depth. This. I'll be speaking and I'm just speaking to myself right now, but when it gets very quiet and there's moments in this video that I don't even know what to say, so I'm just going along with it and I'm just filling in the gaps. There's a lot of shit that I don't particularly like how life is right now. And I'm talking about externally. How people are. How kids are these days. It's like nobody's got any fucking respect or manners anymore. I feel like I'm waking up into a entirely different world. And it's just like a fucking episode of it's like that film called The World's End. I don't know if anybody has watched this who's watching this, but The World's End is about a movie where these guys are basically drinking in pubs, you know, and having a good time in the former years. And it's essentially about that world changing, the people in those pub environments. It's like they're like some kind of robot. They're like some kind of just completely different to a human being. You know, like they're just some kind of programmed humanoid, whatever, you know, just not anything but a human being. And the people that they thought they knew, the bartender, the punters, completely changed. Now that's how I feel right now with just where I live, the town I live in, the country that I live in. It's like everybody is fucking changed. So many people are just very withdrawn. It's like nobody's really giving much, offering much to the table. You know, I understand politically people are very pissed off right now, and so we should be. The country is a completely different place economically, socially, financially, just all around. Like, you know, I know that, you know, when a country is struggling, it has fuck all for the youth, or, you know, just for general people. You know, true colours do start coming out, or maybe it's not particularly true colours because, you know, not everybody is being this way, not everybody is antisocial, but sometimes it just exposes people who have always been this way, and sometimes it just brings out the worst in good people. But I just don't know what to think anymore about anything, about the world. I feel like I need to just get lost in my own world. I need to spend more time in my own world and really shut myself out from the real world, because the real world right now fucking sucks. It absolutely sucks. Other people suck. Society sucks. Going out, it sucks ass. I like to do my own thing. You know, I like to look after my health. Eating good is a very good thing to get into. Just eating single ingredient foods that don't have any fucking nasty chemicals, and, you know, it's not being made in a lab. No refined sugars. And I just look around and I look at what people are really consuming. You know, phone, I'm guilty of fucking these brain rot content and scrolling. That's one thing I need to really work on, is phone time. Phones are so addictive, but they're not really that good for anybody. The content nowadays is shit. And another thing, like, I try to just think about what we would eat as when we were just hunter gatherers. Not necessarily everything, but I do think that if you have a healthy diet, you take care of yourself, you exercise, that's one layer of yourself that you can be proud of. Just by taking care of your health, getting enough vitamins. But I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say about anything. When something like I've had it where I want to make a conversation, just with my family, but nothing is. There's no ammunition. There's no kind of things for me to discuss. So sometimes I just get very much avoidant, because if I haven't got much to say, there's not much of a point. There's no point in me being present, because I've got nothing to offer. But anyway, guys, I've all vented out. I've all, if that's even a fucking word, but I've got nothing much to say. So thank you for watching.